This is Anthony Cummins, video homework 3. The objective is I can predict the future motion of an object which is experiencing normal and frictional forces. The problem I adapted is a piece of aluminum foil that weighs 15 grams is blown against a steel wall by a fan with a force of 1500 newtons. The coefficient of static friction is about 0.61. The question is, will the foil slide down the wall? So the first thing we have to do is make a free body diagram to show which directions the different forces are in. So the force of the fan and the normal force are in the x directions, whereas the force of friction and force of gravity are in the y directions. So first off, we can assume that the change in momentum in the x direction is equal to 0 because the wall is stopping any movement in the x direction. Because of that, the net force in the x direction is equal to 0. So then in our equation, the force of the fan, which is in x direction, so it's positive, it's normally plus, but minus the force of the normal force, because normal force is in the negative x direction, is equal to 0. So then we can just add the force of the normal force to the other side and find out that the force of the fan is equal to the normal force. So then our normal force from the problem is 1500 newtons. So then to find the force of friction, we just multiply the coefficient of static friction by the normal force. So it's 0.61 times 1500 newtons, and we get 9.1500 newtons. Then we just calculate the force of gravity, which is mass times the gravity constant. So 0.015 kilograms times negative 9.8. We get negative 0.147 newtons. And because that value is less than the force of friction, the aluminum foil will not slide down the wall.